Is the big day. Y'all see it on my screen. Y'all see it. It's freaking Yugi versus Ash. Now, here's the thing. I know Death Battle has been failing a lot. Hold on, I need to hit the record button. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Today is the big day. Ash versus Yugi. To be honest, I don't see a world Ash wins this. I don't see no chance that he wins. I know he has some malarkey where he came back from the dead, okay? But and even when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, I saw a feat I just found out yesterday that was so absurd that I no longer believe Yugi has it that Ash has it in the bag. And that is, he took a blast from the winged dragon of Ra. Now, winged dragon of Ra is supposed to evidently be stronger than Obelisk and them. So like, if that's true, then there's no world Ash wins, okay? And I don't know if that was a typo, if that was an error where Ash, was holding that Pokemon that's supposed to be so heavy and all that, I don't know if that was an error, but we're gonna find out. So without further ado, let's watch, and then we're gonna play some chess right after. But let's watch. I'm gonna check the audio and everything to see if it's
right, Pikachu.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to adjust the volume just a little bit. We'll see. I haven't actually watched a full death battle in a long time. Maybe like
right, Pikachu.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
high school. I mean, not high school. Middle school.
Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
The biggest question from...
Right, here we go. I don't even think this is a debate. But let's see if they miss out on some information. The only thing that I'd say that gives Ash more of an advantage, if you were to say there is one, would be that I'm gonna put my predictions here right now. Obviously, I think Ash should lose. The only thing that I think would give Yugi trouble is that there is setup in Yu-Gi-Oh. Obviously, if this was modern day Yu-Gi-Oh, one card combo, you go and draw 20 cards into your full-on combo line. So that is the main difference I see between the two. So it's the setup phase. Pokemon is just attack, lightning bolt. They say the word and it goes. That's the only thing I can think of that makes it better. But we'll see.
Right, Pikachu.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
What's up?
Wait.
How you doing, King?
Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
The biggest question from the playground. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job
Yu-Gi-Oh universe is way stronger. Yu-Bell alone confused 12 dimensions.
to analyze
Tired?
their weapons, armor, and skills
Hopefully you
to
get
find
better,
out
buddy.
who would win a death battle.
Or wake up. Or not be tired. Or
This
go
is
sleep
a
if you need
big
to sleep.
episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for
How
helping
long
us
is
make
this
it happen.
episode?
Yeah,
30
go
minutes.
check out Mad
What the
Mushroom's
heck?
newest...
Bro, we ain't trying to see no
Hello there.
sponsors.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon.
All the kids get their first one at age 10. If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master, though he didn't really know what that meant yet.
How about taking down your rivals to be the very best, like
Age
no
10
one ever
for
was?
25
Better
years.
than Gary and his dumb groupies.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his answers at the Pokemon League tournament.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse, Pikachu. And what? He's your problem now, stupid.
Pikachu was a lot.
Yeah.
The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes, and the cornerstone of 2000s culture. Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note, we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow rat enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric.
This is his main Pokemon that he uses often. And against Yugi's Dark Magician. Let's see. Resistant to electricity and steel type attacks, can absorb electricity to power up. Which I thought that was... Yeah. Okay, I was thinking of the special move that he did with that bird. But let's see. Weak to ground type attacks. Okay. Immune to paralysis. Makes sense. Physical contact may induce paralysis. Okay. Thunderbolt, agile, double edge, electro ball, iron tail, leer, electro web, quick attack, tackle, thunder, volt tackle, thunder shock, loves ketchup. Yeah. Okay.
Attacks in the games can't
Let's
stop
see.
what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for OHKOing flamboyant thieves and air balloons. Looks like
Okay.
they're blasting off again.
so clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like
Yep.
when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who,
Yep.
you know, is vulnerable
That's
to
what I was
lightning.
thinking about.
But somehow they used Thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast. Whee!
Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his
Okay.
Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond
True.
is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not
True.
just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like
True.
Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
So I think by that quote, they're saying that the Pokemons that he grew a bond with will run to him to fight with them. I guess that's what it seems like, even though he can only carry 6.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua Jet, which is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur
Okay,
and
so you
Torterra
can
induce
combine-
status effects and heal with synthesis.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this Leaf Blade, Smeargle victim! Or
Okay.
that's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just
Nah.
did the localization. They didn't write the show.
They
Don't
just
give
get
him the
me
dub.
heated. Almost as much as
Yeah.
Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive,
is
get
dope.
my revenge, and Incineroar.
That's my
Ash
goat.
had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The
Oh, yeah.
people's elbow of Pokemon.
You can just
Charizard's
rock
so
lead
strong,
the
his
freaking
flamethrower melts
Pokemon.
boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out. Vanillix causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy, Lycanroc, Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
With new regions soar new flying types like Pidgeot. On land, Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical? Look at Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh,
which is so ridiculous. I swear to God, I feel like this was just an error, or the people didn't think of this whenever they did it. Because there's no way Ash would be able. So they're saying you can carry that, but he can't dish it out. There's no way he can dish out that amount of force. Also, stream. Also, yeah, it's still going. Yeah. There's no way he can dish out that force. Just even if he doesn't have the strength to dish out that force, Ash himself will not be able to dish out that force.
this twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime, the stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
Which Yugi should be able to do in Dark Side Dimension, because that's what Kaiba was doing. That's what everyone was doing at the Dark Side Dimension. So that's actually interesting. I didn't understand what that life force stuff was when I watched. I saw a clip where Ash was literally just going Super Saiyan with Pikachu. It made zero sense to me. Okay, but okay. I mean, Pokemon got to evolve eventually, so Super Saiyan is the way to go, I guess, aka Life Force.
Jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros. And he keeps hugging them. Ash, they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash
That's
Greninja
the only
ran the
Pokemon
ones
he's
with
been able
Champion
to do
Diantha's
that
Mega
to.
Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants. The Reggie kind, not the New York ones.
One second. Let me turn on the lights so then my eyes can be open with my VTuber model. I swear, I'm not Chinese, Japanese, French. I'm black. I need my eyes open. I'm being racist, alright? Just FYI, I'm joking. Anyway. My eyes should be open now, right? Alright, there we go. At least from my pure rear view vision, I can't see it. Anyway.
Halted Regigigas, who can tow entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon.
Now, are we going to get lore accurate?
Don't get me
or
started.
are we just
on
getting
Alon.
anime?
Ash
That's the real
did
question.
Everything right, but no, Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, 4Kids.
Boomstick, 4Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Hide you, Gengar!
He drank
He
soup
haunts foes with
and got
G-Max
stronger.
terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt! This Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. Fused with an Ultra Beast? Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the Sun God, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's
He got a god? I didn't know Ash had a god. Okay. That's interesting. So he got the sun god on his side.
Roar of Time, and Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu.
Oh, they're saying befriended, not actually have. Okay.
So
what I'm getting from what I'm hearing, what I'm going to assume is that those Pokemon he just listed are most likely going to come to his aid. That's what I'm hearing right now.
was gonna end
though
with
he hasn't
Pikachu.
caught
In the Tournament of Champions and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids, let my boy win! Yes!
Sure. Ash did his best, and he had no regrets. Now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized that, to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed, because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
Okay. W Ash.
If you want to travel the world like Ash or look as rad as
No. Get these nasty ads out of here. Okay. Finally, the Yugi part.
Many a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious civilization?
time travel, the divine hand, aliens? Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played games with sorcery.
That's crazy.
These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil, and in the modern day, Yu-Gi-Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi was a shy kid.
They said 18? Yugi's 18 looking like that? There's no way Yugi is 18 looking like that. Hell no. 18? Hold
For a
on.
friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi was a shy kid that helped run.
Huh? Hold up. Yeah, there's no way he's 18. Start. Dark Side of Dimension. Okay, Dark Side Dimension, I can believe that. But being
Right,
a
Pikachu?
Don't
freaking
get ahead of your
but being a freaking midget like this, like look, like honestly, realistically, with his size, like he should be like 14, 15. He's definitely not 18 here. Maybe at the end, I can see it.
In his grandpop's game shop.
But little did he know that completing the puzzle would link his spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a
He's
hand,
Pikachu.
and always on demon time while doing so. He's anime Jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
Whether it's griddle air hockey, Mario Party with chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how. Playing a children's card game.
Hell
And
yeah.
for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways.
Dark Yugi. Spirit of ancient pharaoh resides in the Millennium Puzzle, which now he doesn't even need the puzzle anymore. That was the whole point of the movie. The whole point of the movie was to show that he wasn't in the puzzle at all. Puzzle abilities, barrier, clairvoyance, illusions, penalty game, probability manipulation, monster summoning, shadow games, sealing, telepathy. Yep.
Of being
Sounds
set
about
on
right.
fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and there they go.
Okay, if
threw away
Yugi's deck is
Exodia.
so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist.
Normal monsters: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Magnet Warrior, Beaver Warrior, Curse of Dragons, Dark Magician, Pharaoh Imp, Gaia the Fierce Knight, Gazelle, the King of the Mystical Beasts. Effect monsters: Archfiend Gilfer, Big Shield Gardener, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy at the Beginning, Catapult Turtle, Karibo, Lingard, Marshmallow, Mystical Elf, Silent Magician, Giant Soldier of Stone, which destroyed the effing moon, Horn Imp, Jack's Queens, and King's Knight. Okay. Where's his gods? He has all 3 gods too.
His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story.
Okay, it's continued. Okay. Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician of Chaos, Electromagnetic Turtle, Exodia the Forbidden One, Gandora the Dragon of Destruction, the Tricky, Time Wizard, which literally can reverse time, Toy Magician, Toy Soldier, Valkyrion, the Magnet Warrior, Arcana, Knight Joker, Chimera, the Flying Mystical Beast, Obelisk, the Tormentor, Slifer, the Sky Dragon, the Winged Dragon of Ra, Dark Paladin, Gaia, the Dragon Champion, Horaki, the Creator of Light.
But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well,
Literally
okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog
infinity
in him. But I'm about brute
Karibos,
force.
which is
Buster
crazy.
Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of lightning. And the Giant Soldier of Stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning
Yep.
monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark
The Dark
Magician, and his
Magician.
apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
Both are masters
Where's
of
my
dark
silent
magic,
magician
and Yugi
girl?
often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real world card game.
Yugi also has tons of spell cards. Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend.
Ariel from Beyond, Berserker Soul. If he whips out Berserker Soul, that guy is cooked. No, let me do that again. Cooked, bro. Berserker Soul. Yeah, he's cooked, bro. Book of Secret Arts, bounce spell, brain control, which he's just gonna steal the gods if he whips that out. Burning lands, card destruction, change of heart, which he doesn't even need that spell card. Realistically, he was able to convince regular monsters without even using spell cards. Curse Breaker, Dark Hold, Dark Magic Twin Burst, Defusion spell, Despell, Defission Wave Motion, Dimension Magic, Excalibur, Fiend Sanctuary, Gold Sarcophagus, Graceful Charity, Horn of the Unicorn, Light Force Sword, Lightning Blade, Magic Barrier, Magic Blade, Ice Sword, Magic Formula, Magical Hats, Maiku the Magical Mist, Marshmallow Glasses, Mirage Spell, Monster Reborn, Monster Reincarnation, Monster Recovery, Monster Replace, Multiply, Mystic Boss, Mystic Space Typhoon, Owner Seal, Polymerization, Pot of Greed, Pump Up, Ragnarok, Soul Release, Soul Taker, Swords of Revealing Light, Thousand Knives, Toy Box, and Turn Jump. But yeah, there's a lot to look at here. This is
And
just
Turn
spells.
Jump is a time skip, and Pot of
Okay.
Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like.
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field.
And now the trap cards, there's just less. Oh, okay. I was about to say it says much more. Okay, Ambush Shield, Chain Destruction, Dark Renewal, Dimension Guardian, Dimension Mirage, Dimension Reflector, Dimension Sphinx, Dust Tornado, Fit of Rage, Magic Cylinder, Magnet Force, Metamorphosis, Mirage Ruler, Mirror Force, Mystical, Ref Panel, Negate Attack, Nurturate Z, Relay Soul, Sand Fortress, Shift, Soul Shield, Spell Binding Circle, Time Seal. Okay.
Like
There's
Dimension
more.
Sphinx, which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Control Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And
Which is
the
crazy.
mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty run back against his rival.
Salt
Hell
only
yeah.
surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god.
There's more than one infinite attack. I didn't know they were casually doing this. That's wild. I thought it was a one-off thing, but they did it not only once, they did it twice. Okay, because I only knew of it in the darts battle, if y'all remember that, which is ridiculous.
They used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning Magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar against Paradox. It's kinda crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods,
One moment.
which are way
One moment, everyone. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, not even in the mood anymore, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably